Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of the Imposter Bitsy mod setup. In the first part, we went through how you get the information here. And next, so go and watch that if you haven't already. And next we're going to go over the mod options. So this is all the different commands that are currently available in the mod. And you can basically modify how often users can use it. And if you want them to be able to use it constantly but cost bits, you can do that as well. So we'll start with the bits, and so this box here is the cost that it uses for if you want them to have to use 10 bits for a command or 100 or whatever you want to put in there. As long as they use that much or more, they'll use this command without even incurring a cooldown at all. So that's a good way to do that. So for instance, if I had the command Gigi and then I added some Bitsy emotes to this message, which I don't have on my channel, but say I add the cost of 100, I would have to put 100 in order. Where's the Gigi command? That's way at the bottom. So as long as the user used 100 or more, the Gigi command would get activated in game. And also what the bits cost is most of these will also have a multiplier effect with just bits specifically. So if this cost was just 10 bits, but the user did 100, then this Gigi command would actually go 10 times instead of just one time. So that's really cool. Now, all commands can be disabled completely by clicking this checkbox, or you can specifically, maybe you don't want non-subs to have access to this command, so you can click that instead. Maybe you don't want there to be the availability of doing bits for this command because you don't want it to get overly spammed, so you could just disable the bits cost. And then you can also do per user cooldowns for each command. So I separated it out by non-subs and subs so you can give subs more beneficial and preferential cooldowns. So when they use it, maybe they have to wait 5 seconds before they can use it again. But non-subs, when they use it, they have to wait 10 seconds before using it again. And then there's also an overall cooldown, which you can decide if you want to use it or not. But that would basically be that this command can't be used by anyone at all again until that cooldown is gone. So if this is 10 seconds, if one user uses it, that activates, and then the next user, no users can use it until that 10 seconds gets passed. So that was more just in case the streamer doesn't want any particular command to get spammed too much. Like for instance, the workers command, that actually generates some units in the game, and you probably don't want to get those overall spam, though I actually did built in one safeguard to the workers command where the actual in-game map says it can only be used 10 times in a second, so that way you can't get someone doing like 1,000,000 bits and crashing the game by spawning way too many workers at once. Now for subs, if the overall cooldown is active, but the non-sub cooldown is not, subs can still use the command if this one is not active, and they still have their own shorter per user cooldown. And if for some reason you want to disable for subs but not for non-subs, then subs are basically just treated as non-subs. So if you want everyone to have the same cooldowns, that's what you would do. Now the amount over here, it's only available for some commands. It's not relevant to all of them. But each time this command gets activated successfully by a user, then you will gain 5 minerals in this case. So that is what the amount is. So same for Vespine. Put it to 4 since you normally harvest 4 Vespine, but feel free to do something crazy. You could do 100 minerals, and maybe you want to make a longer cooldown. That's just something you can do. So we went over cooldowns and bits costs. Then Vespine, basically the same thing as minerals. This directly gives minerals to the streamer. This directly gives Vespine to the streamer. Workers is a fun one where it gives you one worker from each race at your starting location. So you would get an SCV, a probe, and a drone. So you can do crazy stuff where you're using more than one race or something. And dance is a fun little one where wherever the streamer's camera is, it'll make a bunch of your units dance and basically be disabled and do crazy color stuff and some fireworks. So that's just a little fun one. This one maybe you don't want it activating too often. Depends on who you are. Maybe you give it a long cooldown here, but then maybe not as many bits or something. And for now, it doesn't affect workers. I was going back and forth on whether I wanted to affect workers or not. Feel free to give me input on that. Refresh gives your resources at your main base extra resources. So right now it's set to 100. So each of my mineral patches, we get an extra 100 resources and the Vespine geysers as well. So it does not go above the maximum. Now it does also, if a mineral patch expired, it will come back to life at 100 minerals. Then next one, reveal, that just reveals the fog of war for, in this case, 2 seconds. You can change that to whatever you want. And then this one should also stack, where if you say if this is 100 bits cost, if you did 200, it would be 4 seconds instead of 2. So again, most of these commands will stack. I don't think I have the dance one as stacking though. Same with blackout. We'll black out your screen. This is one of 2 of the mean commands to do to the streamer. So feel free to disable that if you don't want any mean commands. But if you do, it's a fun one. Blacks out the screen entirely, so you can't see what's going on. It also takes away the HUD for that, in this case, 1 second. So it's fun. Clear is the second of the mean commands. So this clears your command card, or your hotkeys rather, and it also clears whatever units you have selected. So you have to set that back all over, so you might want to make that a high cost and a very long cooldown, so it can't just be done for free all the time. Maybe you just want it to only be bits, so you'd go and disable that for subs and non-subs. Good luck, have fun, as well as Gigi are pretty similar. They do a little spray wherever the camera is located for the streamer. So you should be able to see those as they pop up. It'll just do 1 spray, or again, it has the multiplier. So costs 10. They do 100 bits. 10 of those will pop up, last for about 5 seconds, and then disappear. GG is the same as GLHF, just, different letters. Different sentiment. One for the beginning of the game, one for the end. Message is a pretty fun one that I enjoy. Is it will actually, the user will use it like this. Do message. They'll type out a message. And then that message will actually get sent into the game as if the streamer typed it. So I think it's kind of funny, like the Twitch chat can basically smack talk for the streamer against their opponent if they want to. So that's kind of funny. They have to do the quotes, so it'll grab whatever's in here. Make sure they do the start quotes and the end quotes for it to work. Double check that I did the syntax right. I didn't get a debug, did I? Nope. So that did successfully go. Talk about the debugger again more in the next video. But yeah, thank you for watching. That's the mod options. Hopefully I explained that pretty well. But if you have questions, feel free to comment below or go to that Discord and ask about the mod. Thank you for watching, and check out the debugger video. Bye.